ResortLoop.com is proudly sponsored by Joffrey's Coffee and Tea Company. Indulge in a taste from the South Pacific. Joffrey's new Disney Parks and Resorts blend, Alani, brings the islands to you. Blended with Hawaiian Kona beans and roasted to perfection, Alani is buttery smooth with a tropical sweet aftertaste. Available at Alani or Joffreys.com.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. To our new passengers, aloha and welcome aboard.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
This is ResortLoop.com. I don't remember the episode number, but I refuse to look it up.
I think it might be 343. Might be 344. I don't exactly know myself. So
whatever it takes.
But we're having a great time here in Northeast Ohio because the weather has just been so fantastic, Tim.
It's gorgeous outside.
I can't believe it. What is going on?
I know, it's been so nice. If you hear anything in the background, don't worry about it. It's the construction workers.
Oh.
They're building in the lazy river that's going to go around the fountain for later this year, so that'll be nice.
You know, I haven't seen a raise in 3 years, yet all of this construction going on at the studios, I'm starting to wonder if maybe, I don't know.
I will say,
yeah.
I will spring for the sunscreen when you come over to hang out the lazy river with you and your family. So. The SPF 50 is on me.
Oh, you're springing for the 50. I kind of figured it would be like baby oil. Like back
we'll
in
save
the
that
day,
for later.
Back in the 80s.
What you do? Yeah, exactly. I want to get a good base tan. I'm going to rub this WD-40 all over myself.
Exactly. Oh, my goodness gracious. Tim, before we get started, I have, our good pals over at thisdayindisneyhistory.com. I do. They actually have, and sometimes I check these out, sometimes I don't, but they up at the top of the page, they have a fact for the day. You ready for this fact of the day?
I am ready.
On this day in Disney history. The fact for the day, I did not know this. Most of Jack Wagner's Disney recordings were made at his own house where he had a recording studio, which was installed by Disney in the 70s. A voiceover booth in his home was connected to Studio D at Disneyland Anaheim. At the time, Jack's home in Southern California was one of the first to use a direct audio link from a remote recording studio. How about that?
I do believe I did hear something about it at a home recording studio, but I didn't know it was live linked back to the Disney Studios. That is outstanding.
Back to Disneyland. I wish we could come up with something like that.
We need that kind of technology.
I wouldn't have to look at you all the time.
Oh, no one needs to do that. No one needs to do that.
Anyway, Tim, I'm surprising you with the show today.
You are. I'm surprisingly enough today, I've done very little show prep.
Unlike ever. You're always... I can't even lie. I can't do it.
Do it.
You are such a great prepper. I don't even know what that means.
I've been known to prep on occasion.
Anyway, hey, our good pals over at Celebrations Magazine. What a fantastic publication that is, by the way.
Love it. Love the magazine.
They had a great article in there from Carrie Hurst in her Mouse Views Disney Touring Trips section. So I thought this might be fun for me to ask you, and we can discuss it. Her article was how to have fun while waiting in line.
Oh, okay.
Now usually I'm doing some sort of back stretching so that my back's not hurting me anymore. But she had some great ideas. Are you ready for these?
I'm ready.
All right. Here's some of the tips that Carrie gives us in Celebrations Magazine. Take along some handheld games or Disney apps on your mobile device.
Oh, seen lots of people doing that.
But wait a minute. Are they?
Oh, there's more?
Are they playing some sort of Disney game? Are they interacting with one another, or is everybody on their own device, looking at their own Facebook pages, looking at their own Snapchats, all that? Is that what's going on?
I will tell you, I believe everybody's doing their own thing.
I agree with you, and I think that's wrong. I think
we've had this discussion before.
We have had this discussion. It's a family vacation, folks.
It is. It is.
Find some nice Disney games that you can play on your phone. Maybe a Hidden Mickey's type of game. how about this day in Disney history, where you can talk about your specific day at the park and how that maybe will coincide with what you're doing at the time. Might be kind of cool.
I think it'd be cool to talk to the people next to you in the queue line and say, "Hey, anybody here know about ResortLoop.com?"
I love that idea. Here, I happen to have it on my phone right now. Let's take a listen. Oh, my goodness. And then you'll be lucky. It'll be like Len Testa standing next to you in the line, and he'll go, "I don't listen to those guys." So
exactly.
But I like the idea. I don't mind the idea of using the phone. But again, make sure that you're all still staying connected. Why can't we all just stay connected?
Everybody needs to be connected
when we're in the Disney parks. I'm just saying.
Connect with the people that are there with you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And make new friends. There's nothing wrong with making new friends. I love your idea.
Make some great friends.
Here's another tip she has. Look for hidden Mickeys. Now, we all do that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's looking for hidden Mickeys. And again, you can have that on your maybe on your phone to help you find some hidden Mickeys. But she adds, keep a running record of the most Mickeys found that day, and whoever finds the most gets to choose that evening's ice cream treat.
Ooh.
I love that idea.
I would choose the kitchen sink.
Make a little contest of it.
That's great.
You would choose the kitchen sink. What's everybody else going to eat?
Exactly. I need that and one big spoon.
You know what? One of the things, and this goes back to my parents, whenever we would drive on, because we always drove on vacation, but whenever we would drive, we would keep track of who spotted the most license plates, the state license plates, who had the most.
Okay.
And I've kind of turned that around for my kids. And what I do is when we're driving in the car, they get to find the license plates, and however many license plates they find, they get $1 for each license plate from different state.
What?
Yeah.
Bribery.
Well, it's their souvenir money. It's their money then that they can take into the parks once we get to Disney, and they can spend it on whatever they want instead of asking Dad, "Hey, can I have this?" I'm just saying.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's what? How many are they going to find? Let's be honest. 20, 25? I mean, it's going to cost me $10. Come on.
Somebody's going to find Hawaii, though. You're going to be surprised by the ones you find.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Oh, look, there's the Isle of Man. Do they have their own license plate? I don't know. Anyway,
I think they do.
Carrie goes
small
on.
and round.
This one is a little controversial, too. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Blow some bubbles. How do you feel about that?
Blow some bubbles. That can be very intrusive if you're not a bubble person. You're standing next to Lawrence Welk in the queue line. It could be a little irritating.
You could get some music started.
Exactly.
Listen, for all you kids out there, Lawrence Welk had the show, and there were a lot of bubbles on the show. It was a band show.
It's a very old reference, but what else? Who else does bubbles?
Who else does old references?
Exactly. I got another one.
Yes.
Tiny bubbles. Don Ho.
Don Ho. A little Don Ho for you. Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know. How do you feel about bubbles? Are they the little bubbles, or like the big honking step into them bubbles?
Well, Carrie does say, granted, these are going to float around, all those people waiting with you. So be mindful that you're not being a nuisance to others. And I'm going to say, on a hot summer day,
yes,
standing in a queue, surrounded by, 100 of your closest friends, the last thing you want is bubbles smacking you in the face. So now you got a little, sticky soap on you when you get on the ride.
I will say, on occasion, not everybody thinks other people's kids are as charming as the parents do. Let's just throw that out there.
There's that too. Now, I will say this. You could kill two birds with one stone if you're going on Cali River Rapids. Just blow bubbles like crazy, and then when you go on the rapids, you get a little bath. So
there you go.
Yeah, you're
getting off all lathered up.
You're a little rinse cycle there. You're good to go. I
need to go one more time. I need to get the second. I need to lather, rinse, and repeat.
All right. And then of course she says, get out your camera. You've taken a lot of pictures. Now's a good time to look at them while you're standing in line.
Oh, that's true. Do a little photo triage.
Right. And then she says you can download the apps for adding text and photos, funny faces, that kind of thing. That's those little editing apps that you can do.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. That might be fun.
Just make sure you're moving if the line's moving.
Oh, absolutely. Don't leave that big honking gap.
That's right.
I want to be moving. That makes people nervous that somebody else is going to jump in front of that gap, and then you got the whole line jumping. You got to, forget about it.
Exactly.
How about this one? This one, we touched on. She says, make new friends. What resort are they enjoying? Ask them that. How many times? Hey, you've been to Disney before? This your first time?
Love it. What's your favorite thing?
Go ahead. Yeah, exactly. Check out those pins. Everybody's got a pin on.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And look at the person next to you and go, hey, where'd you get that cool, highly coveted ResortLoop pin?
And then you can tell them again. Have you ever heard of ResortLoop.com?
Exactly. How about this one? This is always a good idea. Take a look at some maps and plan your next steps. I like that.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yes, because don't ride the ride, then get off, and at the exit queue of the ride, you're that person that stops in the middle while everybody's trying to disembark from this ride, and you're opening up your map standing there.
That's right. You're causing a bottleneck.
Don't
want to do that.
Don't be a bottleneck. She goes on, enjoy a fun Disney treat. This could be dangerous. What if the line starts moving faster and then you got to, throw something out?
That's true. You ever see the middle? You see the middle when they were at Disney a year or so ago? Maybe 2 years ago?
No.
They had turkey legs and they're just about to get on a Big Thunder Mountain. Yeah. They're like, I'm going to have to ask you to step off to the side. And they're choking down the turkey legs. Just very funny. Very funny episode. If you didn't
that is such a good show. Yeah. So you got to you got to time that one kind of right,
oh, yeah.
Now, if you've just got like a granola bar or, she talks about fruit snacks, things like that might be in your backpack. But yeah, turkey leg, maybe a Mickey ice cream bar dripping all over your hand, and then you're grabbing onto that, that ride rail.
Oh, and it's all sticky for the next guy. Oh,
yeah. Be mindful. Be mindful of the other guests. That's all. That's all we're saying. How about enjoy the interactive cues of the attraction? That's obvious. You got to do that.
That's why you're there.
Take your time. Enjoy those cues. I love the new Peter Pan interactive cue, by the way. Did you do that the last time you were down there?
Interactive cue? No, we fast passed.
Oh, you can't fast pass that one.
Well, we had the chance. We just, we fast passed it and walked in from the other angle there. And
I'm so disappointed in you.
I know you are. I'm sorry. I let everybody down.
But again, goes back to what you said. Keep the line moving, though. True. Space Mountain has that new interactive one where you're doing all kinds of stuff, and people will bottleneck there. And then you're like, look, you're playing the game. I'm not close enough to the game to play.
Right.
Move along. So maybe I can.
They're not good. Exactly. And then it'll move to they can walk a quarter of a mile. So then you're causing another backup.
Right. And
the kid that's an eighth of a mile back wants to play. Won't get to play. It's a whole thing.
Right. Because they're having a blast past it. Right. Exactly.
I want to play.
Right. And by the way, folks, going back to the whole Mickey bar thing and the interactive cues, not a bad idea to have a little hand sanitizer with you. After all that stuff, little something on the kids' hands, because every little kid in that park has gone on the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train ride and messed with all those gems. And rubbed their nose and coughed and all the things that go along with that, too.
And they say a lot of that stuff has that microband technology, but I'm like, that technology can only fight so much.
Ain't that the truth, brother?
And then they have those Purell wipes now. You ever seen those? They're like kind of like little wipes, but they're Purell or whatever your favorite antibacterial stuff is. Have a little more dirt on there. You got to kind of scrub a little bit more.
Right. Not a bad idea, but make sure if you're going to do that, make sure you throw them away in a proper container. Don't just drop them on the ground, Disney.
You assume I'm throwing things on the ground?
Well,
my gosh.
You do.
I burn them.
I've been to your house. You
That's
burn
true.
them? That's safe.
I put them in my pocket, and I throw them away at the nearest provided trash receptacle.
The views and opinions of Tim Scott do not reflect those of Resort Loop or ResortLoop.com.
That's right. Don't carry matches. I was kidding about the burn.
Yeah, don't do that, kids. Don't do that, kids. Oh, my goodness. Well, Tim, that, again, from our good pals over at Celebrations Magazine, this particular one dedicated to the monorail, the magic of the Walt Disney World monorail. It's a gorgeous front cover. Says, believe it or not, please stand clear. How about that?
I love it.
So great.
I know, I saw that. Great magazine.
Yeah, great magazine. Some fantastic photos. Great to throw on the coffee table if you got a coffee table. Do people still have coffee tables? I don't even know.
We have one, and we have coffee, so we got it both sides.
There you go. So great article. A lot of cool stuff in there. A lot of Walt Disney and the New World of Television by Kevin Carpenter. It's an awesome publication. Can't express enough the need for you guys to go out and get that over at Celebrations Magazine. You can get that off their website. Tim.
Yes, Bob.
Short show, but it's such a
show.
beautiful day. We need to get outside and play. So
I will say, don't do what most people do, or some people do in the queue line.
What's that?
And that's silently judge what other people are wearing.
Like you do?
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Well, that's what I wear. I can tell they're judging what I'm wearing. Like the Speedos and the tank top probably was not a good idea.
Spandex, even though it can stretch that far, should not.
I was waiting for that line. I loved it.
Tim, that's all I've got.
Oh, Bob, thank you very much. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Topic, I just love talking about these kind of topics. Anything in the parks, I just love. You can find me on Twitter, ResortLoop10, Facebook, at Tim Scott, and that website you know and love, ResortLoop.com.
I'm ResortLoop Bob on the Twitter and the Instagram. Don't forget to like us over on Facebook. We really appreciate you guys doing all of that. Rate us on iTunes. And, Tim, if they wanted to send us a show open, since we didn't have one for this show,
yes,
how would they go about doing that?
Personally, I would call area code 414
WDW.
Loop. That's the best way to get it to us. We'll get it on the show. Everybody, thanks for joining us. This has been the Gateway to the Magic.
See you, everybody. With 4 theme parks, 25 resort hotels, hundreds of dining and shopping locations, and seemingly innumerable special events and ticket options, planning a trip to Walt Disney World can seem overwhelming. That's why the ResortLoop.com podcast has teamed up with People Mover Travel to help you get the most magic out of your Disney vacation. People Mover Travel will walk you through every aspect of your next Disney trip, from ensuring you get the best discounts to FastPass Plus and dining reservations and so many other things. Best of all, there is no fee for their service. That's right, you get your very own expert Disney vacation planner at no cost to you. For more information and to request a free, no-obligation quote, visit peoplemovertravel.com. I am recording.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous.
Too late.
Just start the show.
Start the show.